what's going on, my people? I seen the video with Terrence Crawford. He was saying that the fight is the Shawn Porter fight is next. He verified it, and he said that they're gonna get ready to go to purse bid. They're going to ready to go to purse bid. So that's good. That's good news. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I heard that, I was like, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna see that fight, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't get no cancellation for Kova or anything. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people using that Kova card. You know, people using that Kova card shit now to fucking cancel fights and get away from getting their ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? So he says gonna go to purse bid, and then whatever they have to do after that, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But the fight is for sure gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I was like, I felt a lot more better. I felt more relief. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to go through the trouble thinking what's gonna go, if it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. I don't want to go through all that shit. If anybody understand, you know. So that is really, really great news. You know what I'm saying? And I, as anybody know, I took Crawford by destruction. I took Crawford by destruction in that fight, because Shawn Porter fights with a lot of flaws. He fights with a lot of flaws. He's gonna leave himself open to get hit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that when you throw a lot of punches like he does, you will leave yourself. Have you seen in a lot of fights, he got knocked down? You know what I'm saying? That's telling you that he has flaws in his fighting. You know what I'm saying? He throws too many punches. You know what I'm saying? That's why you think fighters usually throw 3 punches. That's like the highest top fighters throw. You know what I'm saying? The only time they throw more punches, when they throw a lot of punches, is when they have the fighter hurt. You know what I'm saying? And even though you're not supposed to be doing that either while they're hurt, because you leave yourself open to get countered and fuck around, get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen people get hurt doing that throughout the years that I've been watching the boxing. You know what I'm saying? But to make it clear, if Shawn Porter beats Crawford, that's going to be a phenomenal win for him. It's going to be a phenomenal win. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think his boxing is gonna do anything to Crawford. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as he start trying to attack Crawford, Crawford's gonna counterpunch him. It's gonna counterpunch him to keep him off of him, and he has the power to do that. The only thing he needs to do is hit him a couple of times really hard, and he will control Shawn Porter from coming in. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and plus Crawford has a pretty good jaw. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the whole career that I've been seeing him, he only got hurt a couple of times. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the worst he ever got hurt was with Gamboa. That's the worst he got hurt. And that Gamboa fight was a long time ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's been fighting pretty good. He notched up his defense a little bit better. As he's been getting old, he's been getting better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So usually when you get older, your boxing goes down because you're aging. But he keeps himself in really good shape. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's see, man. Let's see if we can get this fight, man. We deserve this shit, man. Especially with Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really have no names in his resume. Doesn't really have no names in his resume. Let's just be for real. You know what I'm saying? If we put Shawn Porter in there, it would look good. It would look a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And then that's gonna promote the Aerospace fight, because if he stops Shawn Porter, it will send a message out. It would send a message out to everybody. Look, listen, Earl couldn't stop him. I stopped him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that promotes the fight. It promotes the fight a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And as anybody know, Manny Pacquiao's fighting you guys. He's gonna beat you guys, get that title back. You know what I'm saying? And then he's gonna fight Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now my question here is, who Crawford is gonna fight next? Because he has to fight again. You know what I'm saying? By the time he gets to fight with Earl. If anybody understand. Matter of fact, nah. That he cool. Matter of fact, no, he's gonna have to fight again. Because after their fight, he's gonna have to wait another 6 months. He has to stay active. So he's gonna have to put another good name, which, guess what? They're gonna put Virgil Ortiz in front of him. Virgil's gonna be the next fight that Crawford's gonna have. Because that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Virgil needs to fight. And I believe in that Virgil fight, he's gonna fight Crawford too early. He's gonna fight him in 19 fights. And I already explained that to you in a lot of videos. When you fight people early like that, you end up losing. The majority of the times you end up losing. The only time you win is when you have really good boxing skills. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as you've seen with Machina, Virgil had trouble with him. He did have trouble with Machina. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, remember, Crawford beat Machina first. Crawford softened Machina for Virgil to fight him. That's why Virgil took that fight, because he was beaten already. Understand that he was already chopped into by the time he got to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I believe if Machina would have never fought Crawford and he would have fought Virgil straight up, it would have been a better fight. Yeah, I believe it would have went to a decision. The fight would have went to a decision, to tell you the truth. Because remember, it went to 8 rounds. It went to 8 rounds, that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so and he needs to fight Crawford in 21 fights, and then he'll be perfect to fight him. I don't know what it is, bro, with that 21 fight shit. I never could figure that shit out. Like, it's been like that since boxing started. As you notice, when people fight when they're in 13 fights, they end up losing their title really quick, right? Like a couple of fights after, they lose their titles. You know what I'm saying? Liplins, Lomachenko. I could name a handful of people that got early titles early and they lost. Teofimo Lopez, he's going to lose too. He's going to lose soon too, because he got the titles too early, before 21 fights. Like, I just don't know what it is with that number. That shit really bugs me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, but we could, for the way it looks like it's going to get better with Crawford, with better quality fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get better fights. You know what I'm saying? And then the good thing with that, he's going to get tuned up, because if he fights Shawn Porter, then fights Virgil Ortiz, and then fights Earl, that'll be good for him, as far as keeping himself tuned up for fighting. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens and shit. You know, I want to give a shout out to everybody, even though I gave you a shout out yesterday, but why not give you a shout out today, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to thanks everybody for watching my video about the world is going to end, because that was a very powerful video. If you really look at that video, it's very powerful. Not too many boxing channels do stuff like that. They don't take the time to really express what's going on in society. You know what I'm saying? And what direction we're going to, what direction we're all going towards. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I have to do that. I have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be doing these videos and never put anything out there positive for people to understand that, you know, our world is not the same no more. It's not the same no more. You know what I'm saying? And I have to put y'all people that are sleeping. I call y'all sleepers. That's what I call y'all, sleepers. That are sleeping on everything that's going on and believing that everything is the same and everything is regular, when it's not. There's people walking around in New York City with masks on. There's nothing normal here. You know what I'm saying? And then yesterday, right after I did the video and I was talking about the vaccines, well, the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders boxing team, check it out. Look what they're doing. And this is showing proof that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to be mandated. You got to be mandated with a shot in order to be able to get into the stadium. So check this out. Look how the way they set this up, right? They're gonna be having a spot in front of the stadium that's gonna give you the shot, and you could get your shot right there, and then you could go right into the stadium. They actually forcing you to take that vaccine to go into that stadium. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The majority of those people in that crowd that's going into that stadium, they will take that vaccine, and guess what? Don't be surprised, a handful of them die from that shot. Okay, remember, that shot is not FDA approved. None of them. They are experimental shots. That is very dangerous. Very dangerous when it's experimental. You know what I'm saying? You could die from that shit. So now they're trying to enforce it. In order for you to see the game, you got to take your shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Remember I was telling you about the shot costing like $3,000 to $5,000 a shot? Well, guess what? If that shit has 80,000 people in there, well, you do 80,000 times 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anybody understand, like, you know, or if it's 5,000, you put 80,000 times 5,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you do the numbers. That's a lot of money, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, what I was trying to point out yesterday is actually right. I'm actually right, bro. They trying to force us to take that and fucking kill us. They trying to get rid of all of us, bro. Remember that. They don't care who they're killing right now. They don't care who they're killing. They trying to bring that population down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all gotta be alert. We all gotta the news. I do not listen to the news. I really don't watch the news that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they lie a lot. The news lie a lot. You know what I'm saying? The only time they tell the truth is when it's shooters doing killings and stuff like that. That's the only time they tell the truth. Because as anybody know, they wanna throw dirt on that shit. Like, if anybody understand, like, you know, so I want to thank y'all for watching that video. If you watched the whole entire video, I want to thank y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. I took time out of my life. Nigga, I don't got that much time left. I'm 54 years old. I'm on my way out. If anybody understand what I'm talking about. That's why I'm doing the boxing channel too. I'm doing the boxing channel, giving out my knowledge about the boxing before I die. There's not nobody doing that right now in YouTube, telling you what to look for and stuff like that in boxing and stuff like that. And the real reason why boxing is doing what boxing is doing, which is fixed fights, because of the gambling. Like, remember that. Anything that has gambling attached to it is fixed. Remember I told you that. So if you like the video, put a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, put a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe.